Hi, everybody, and welcome to my attempt this week at the BBO weekly free instant tournament. Instant tournaments, weekly free. And we'll see it's 8 boards, match points scoring, like ordinary pairs events. And you have no one at the table has more high card points than you do. You have the best hand in terms of high card points. Somebody can have an equal one, somebody can have better distribution, but nobody can have more high card points than you. So that's an extra little bit of information you wouldn't normally have when you were playing bridge. So to some extent, this is robot bridge, not real bridge, but there are lots of lessons relating to real bridge to be learnt. I'm going over this stuff at the beginning because there are new people coming to watch these videos each week. Thanks to those of you who've liked the video or subscribed to the channel. Anybody else, please do so, and we'll get more bridge players watching these videos. It's possible to game the robots by altering your bidding style. I'm not going to do that, at least for the first 6 boards. I'm just going to play straight down the line. If we don't have a great score after 6 boards, I might try it on the last couple of boards to give you some examples of what you can do in this type of tournament. But mostly I'm going to be talking about what you can do in normal bridge events in your club during the week. So here we actually have an interesting hand for a best hand tournament. We have 11 high card points. Nobody else has more than 11 high card points. So they're all spread around the table evenly. And this is actually quite similar to what you would know in bridge, because we've had pass. You've got this hand to bid after you in real life, and they might have quite a lot of points. But we know that these ones probably don't have 11 points. The robots sometimes open on 11 points. They may have 11. But everybody's got much the same. Now, if this were the 4th hand in a real event, so it's gone pass to me, I would know that everybody else had 9 or 10 points, because if they had less than that, if somebody had 7 points, then, and I've got 11, that's 18, then one of these two probably has an opening bid. One of them probably has 12, or they both have 11. So there's not, if we were in the 4th hand, we would apply the law of 15, the rule of 15. We'd add up our points and add the number of spades that we had. And if that came to 15, we would open the bidding. But if it came to less, we would pass the hand out. So because basically if the points are pretty much 20-20 between the two partnerships, the hand with spades normally wins. They're 20-20, both sides of an 8 card fit, then both sides can probably make 8 tricks in the suit they have a fit in. The opponents probably have a fit in spades. So if they have an 8 card fit in spades and we have, say, an 8 card fit in hearts or diamonds, we can make 2 diamonds, they can make 2 spades, so that's plus 110 to them. And if we bid 3 hearts or 3 diamonds, we're probably going down -1. So we're probably getting a negative score if we open the bidding with less than a rule of 15 4th in hand after 3 passes. So generally you pass it out, and that way it's 0, and you beat all the people who get minus scores. However, and we know here, because this is a best hand tournament, this hand can't have more than 11 points. So we know we're in that same sort of pass out position. So if we were just playing robot bridge, the sensible thing to do here is to pass, just because we have no intermediates. But if I were playing real bridge, where this hand might have a big hand, I would open 1 diamond in order to get a diamond lead against their eventual contract. So I'll do the real thing here. and open one diamond, even though robot wise, it would probably, gaming the robots is probably sensible to pass. There we go, 3 spades from them. They've got their spade fit, but this probably shows 7 spades. Yeah, I'm glad we've got aces and kings. That's what's going to be needed against the preempt. Partner's passed. We've got nothing to say. I don't think we can't risk a double because we know the points are even. They've probably got 9 spades between them. We've got 2, so the odds are everybody else has got 2. They could be 3-1. Our partner could have 4 spades, but we need to pass here, and we're probably going to get a negative score. Partner's led the diamond. The 3 is an interesting lead. Well, we're going to win with the king. We play the king lower from touching on us. Partner now knows that we've got the ace, because West would normally have won if they had the ace. So as a defender, you play the lower of touching on us to help your partner count the hand. So this hand, we can see, has 9 points. We had 11, so they've got 20 between them. And they're very likely 10-10. So our partner has 2 spades. So let's assume a worst case example. Partner doesn't have a spade trick. The robot has ace king of spades. Then they have very little outside of spades. They have 3 points outside of spades approximately. So they won't have the ace of clubs, for example. So we are in some difficulty. The 10 of diamonds appearing here. Partners led the 3. I think the robot probably has the jack. They probably have, do they have 4 to the jack? They could well do. And not enough there to bid 4 diamonds. And that would mean this 10 was a singleton. But the robot would play the 10 from 10-9. So partner could have 3 to the jack. But basically, we don't want to play diamonds again. If it's a singleton, our ace would get roughed and the queen of diamonds would be good. We think partner's got the jack and the 10's gone, so we want partner to get in to lead the jack of diamonds through dummy. Other things appear to be well placed for declarer. If declarer doesn't have the queen of hearts, the heart finesse is right. And if declarer doesn't have the ace of clubs, partner has it. So what we're going to lead. The real danger is, of course, if declarer has 7 spades and 4 clubs, in which case they've got a chance to take the rest of the tricks, draw the trumps and play the clubs. There's only one thing standing in their way. If declarer has 4 clubs, they are their ace, queen, jack, 10 or 9, or 3 of those cards, and all their cards below the ace would be bigger than the 6. So there's no way of actually getting to run 5 club tricks and getting a discard. That's unlikely that's much, because they wouldn't then have points in spades. So the odds are partner's got the ace of clubs. But I think the safe play is to lead the 9 of spades. It looks as though if we had passed, West would have had a 2-spade opening bid. The robots in 4th seat play an intermediate weak. Yeah, you don't play weak 2s in the 4th. If you had a weak hand, less than 10 points, you would just pass. But if you have 11 and 6 spades, they would open 2 spades. So, and that would have got passed out probably. So we may be beating the people who are playing against 2 spades or drawing with them. So partner's got the king of spades, and they have led the jack of diamonds, which is good. and that's roughed. So we know partner has 4 diamonds and 2 spades. I'm throwing diamonds away. Declarer's throwing clubs from dummy. So Declarer's turned out with ace, queen, jack of spades, which is 7. So they have at least 2 more points, which is probably the queen of hearts, maybe not. I might as well win the ace now. And I don't have a discard, so I will exit with a diamond, which they'll need to rough. And now they're probably going to carry on with hearts. The 9 from partner, so Declarer may well have queen, clubs, 8, queen, partner has the ace. And we're going to give Declarer the king of clubs. And when the club comes, we'll play our 7 of diamonds, roughing it. And we're just going to beat it. So we've just got a plus score for 67%. Let's see what happened at other tables. 3 spades -1 is popular, 3 spades making. So everybody's getting to 3 spades. Is that because everybody's opening a die? So in fact, if we pass, they open 3 spades. So 3 spades was the contract everywhere, and it's just a question of whether you beat it or not. And the way to beat it was to be passive, not to try and cash the ace king of diamonds, but just to let the robots play the suits and let your robot partner lead the jack of diamonds for the second round. Okay, tied for first place with 9 other people. Now we've got a flat 17 count. The intermediates are not very good, so we're certainly not upgrading this to 18. It's a 4-4-3-2, which is better than 4-3-3-3 shape, but it's a definite 1-no trump opening on the robot system, 15 to 17 high card points. And that's where we're going to play. We're going to get a heart lead. See, partners turned up with very little. King of hearts lead will be from king, queen, jack, or king, queen, 10. We're going to lose quite a few hearts. Were we first to speak? We were second to speak. So East doesn't have an opening hand, but West can. We've got 20 points between our 2 hands. They have 20 points. We're very stuck. We're never going to get... We do have 1 entry to dummy because we can play the 6 of spades to the 10, and if they take the king, the 7 of spades to the queen will be an entry. So we can make 3 spade tricks in the end. 1 heart, 1 club, at least. Which will be 5. And if they play diamonds, we should come to a diamond trick. If we use our entry to dummy to play clubs, we could finesse East for the jack, which is probably the right thing to do because we only have 1 entry to dummy and spades. So if East has the ace, we'd really want of clubs. We really want to leave clubs twice from dummy, and once to the king and then once towards the queen. But we've only got 1 entry to dummy, so we can only leave clubs once. So we need to play instead for East to have the jack of clubs and take the club finesse. So that's what we're going. That's the basic plan, and let the robots play diamonds. Now, there's probably just on the off chance that there are 6 hearts in the West hand and therefore only 2 in the East hand. You see, we had 5, so they had 8. It probably won't make any difference, but we held up the ace for the 1 round that we could. We're going to exit with a spade, and the king is there, so we're going to get some hearts now. And we're going to have to throw some diamonds from our hand. see how many hearts are coming. So looks as though they're split. They had 8, so it looks like East had 3 because the 10s appear now, but they might just be unblocking it. They might be 4-4, but they're more likely to be 5-3. So we're probably going to have to find 3 discards. And you can see that that's uncomfortable for us. I'm going to start with 2 diamonds. And I think we're going to start with a club from dummy. There's a club from there. We're going to throw another diamond, but we're going to have to get another discard. And from dummy, I think we're going to have to play the 2 of diamonds. 3 of clubs from there. We now have to decide if we're going to take a gamble. I think not. I think we'll play with the room to go down as few as possible. So we could throw the 7 of diamonds and take the chance that they won't switch to diamonds, they'll switch to clubs. But I don't think that's what's going to happen. So I think I'm going to throw the 6 of clubs, giving up the chance of that club trick. And they played the spade, which is very nice of them. So we can, now we can play, should we risk that? Now, the fact that West didn't switch to a diamond very much suggests that they've got the ace of diamonds. So I don't think I'm going to lead a diamond towards the king. Why do they switch to a spade where they know we're strong? So I'm going to lead the club. Right. And now we're probably going to get a diamond switch. No, they're playing spades as well. The diamonds looks like probably East has the queen of diamonds, and so it's a frozen suit. Throwing a diamond from dummy. We're just going to try and collect our 5 tricks and just go 2 down. Do I want to throw a diamond or a club here? I think a diamond. Cash the king of clubs. And then exit with a diamond. Here's the queen. And we're right. It was a frozen suit. Whichever side played diamonds first was going to lose tricks. So obviously that wasn't very good for us. Being 1 no trump, -2. Some people got out for -1. Some people played, the opposition played in hearts, presumably because they didn't open 1 no trump. They opened 1 diamond. 1 no trump, -1. Perhaps they played on king of hearts led, queen of hearts. They do. They played the king of clubs and they set up themselves up because the jack of clubs came down underneath the queen. When they got to dummy, they had a club trick available. Right. Okay, on to board 3. We're in equal 5th place now. We've got 11 points, which to remind you means that again, which to remind you means nobody else has much more than that, but we do have, and we have this doubleton spade. So once again, if you were 4th in hand, you might well pass this out, and playing the robot system where we know if we pass, everybody else will probably pass. We could do that, but I'm not gaming the robots here. I'm just going to bid normally. So this is a 1 heart opening bid. A 1 spade bid from West. This is what we were always worried about. The opponents have spades. Partner's shown a good raise in hearts by bidding 2 spades. So this is something that you should play. 3 hearts here by North should just be preemptive, just trying to shut out their spades. Typically, they would have 4 or 5 hearts. 4 hearts if you're playing 5-card majors, 5 probably if you were playing 4-card majors. But basically, trying to shut out the opponent. So 2, when you then Q bid the opponent's suit, you're showing a good raise in hearts. Playing 5-card majors, you only need 3. Playing 4-card majors, you would have 4 to make this bid. I'm really a minimum. I don't really want to mention my clubs because they're so poor. I'm going to bid 3 hearts. We might find 3 spades over us. We do, but partner goes to 4 hearts. We know they don't have more than 11 points, so we're going to be too high here, I expect. But we are not vulnerable. And partner has quite nice distribution, but we expect we've got 2 spade losers. We need to rough clubs in dummy, but I expect the robot normally switches to a trump in this position. No, they cashed the ace of spades, which is very nice. And the 7 of spades. Perhaps if they got 6, this hand's going to rough. Let's try the 8. There we are. So there's 6 spades in this hand. Remember, because there were 4 in dummy, 2 in our hand, that's 6. 1 in the east hand is 7. So West had 6. So now they've roughed once. We've got 8 trumps between us, 5 and 3. So they've got 5. And there's a fair chance that West is short. They may only have 1, which would be, or none, in which case East has just roughed with what would have been a winning trump. So we need to look and see what are our chances of making the maximum number of tricks. They've stopped us roughing all 3 of our clubs in dummy now because they've drawn a trump. And if we try roughing spades in roughing 2 clubs and roughing spades in our hand, our spades hearts are so small that this hand will be able to force our ace or queen. That may not be a problem because if they have 3 hearts left. Yes. So that's a possibility. And that would be playing for 1 down and to make the ace king of diamonds. A line to try and make the contract is to set up the diamonds, the long suit in dummy. Normally, the two most common tactics when you're playing in a suit contract are either to rough in the short trump hand to make extra tricks, or to set up the long suit in the short trump hand, diamonds in this case. West, we know, has got 6 spades to the ace queen, but they probably have some other points as well. What do we think now? Yes, they have the ace, so they probably don't have any more points. So the queen of diamonds is probably in the east hand. So if we've got 7 diamonds. The diamonds are 3-3. We can set them up with 1 rough, and assuming hearts, if hearts were 4-1, East's roughed with 1, so they've only got 3 left. So we can draw trumps ending in dummy. So one possibility is to play for diamonds to be 3-3. We do only have 1 entry to dummy outside of diamonds, the king of hearts. It's possible the 8 of hearts, if trumps are 3-2, East has 3 and West has 2, the 8 of hearts could be an entry. And the East would now only have 2 left. The 8 of hearts could be an entry on the 3rd round, so we could rough diamonds twice and set up 1. But that's only 1 winner to get rid of 1 club. So I think essentially we're playing to try and be down 1. But there is a chance that there could I don't think there's any squeeze possibilities, because getting back to our hand is going to be a problem. So given that we won't want to be roughing with the King of Hearts, we're going to let that one win. So hearts are no worse than 4-1. And we think East has the long hearts. So if I lead a low spade now and East roughs, then I can over rough, and there's only one trump left, so we would be able to draw that eventually. If I play ace and king of diamonds and then aim to rough a diamond to get to my hand, that's obviously a possibility. I think that's probably what I've got to do. Well, that worked. So diamonds, they've rough, but they're cashing the queen of spades now. So this hand had 2 hearts. Therefore, this hand had 3. It might be this hand had 3. But here we are, we can rough. So we had a round of trumps. So 2 of their trumps went on the round of trumps, and they've each roughed once. So they've only got 1 trump left between them. I can't manufacture a second entry to dummy. The Jack of Spades is now a winner, but East probably has a trump to deal with it. If I draw a round of trumps to get rid of East's trump and rough a club, I can throw another club on the Jack of Spades, so I've still got a club loser. I've only got the 1 entry to dummy. This hand still has a high diamond, because this hand only had 2 diamonds to go with 6 spades. That's 8. So they have 5 cards in hearts and clubs. So I'm going to rough this one low. Try and rough another club. I'll play the Jack of Spades. This hand has to rough, so I'll over rough. I'm going to rough another club. I'm going to rough a diamond. I'm going to lose a club. 35%. So most people who are in 4 hearts went 2 off. Some people got out for 1 off. So that would have been good if I managed that. I think if I play to set up diamonds, perhaps I can get, because hearts are 3-2. If I play to set up diamonds, then that may get me out for 1 off. And somebody made 3 no trumps plus 1, which is fairly remarkable, because the opponents could set up clubs, but they didn't. So, but nobody passed it out, which would have been a very good score. And as I say, that's what you should do, gaming the robots. So I've got quite a bit to catch up now, equal 8th. So we'll move on to board 4. And they've opened the bidding, 1 spade, 1 no trump. 13 points we've got. Partner doesn't have much. 12 to West, East. This is a forcing one, though, trump, so they could have up to 12, but they might have as few as 6 because of the system the robot plays of 2/1 game forcing. I've really got nothing to say here because I've got spades. Double would be for takeout, I think. Yep, takeout double, showing the other 3 suits. And I actually have spades. So I'm going to pass and see what happens. 2 diamonds, and they've gone back to 2 spades. So this hand has shown they've got 2 to 3 spades, 6 to 9 high card points. Diamonds might only be a 3-card suit, but it's probably 4. 2 spades. I've still got nothing to say. I don't think partners. I think this hand's got the 12 points. This hand's maybe got 6. That's 18. They've got a minimum of 18 between them. We've got 13. So partner's got a maximum of 9 points and may have significantly less. Does look as though they got hearts or clubs. But we're vulnerable. And 2 off would be a bad score. Their suit is breaking badly, although the diamonds appear to be well placed. I'm going to pass. And as expected, that's going to 2 spades as the final contract. Partner's Jack of Hearts is a good lead. Assuming they got the 10, we'll get a knockout. Oh, so this hand can't have 4 hearts. They got 5 spades. If they had 4 hearts, they would have bid 2 hearts. So they may have been holding up the ace from Ace Doubleton, but I certainly want partner on lead rather than me. So I'm going to. There's no reason not to carry on with hearts. There's no real chance of them wanting to rough hearts in dummy, or either. They might want to rough diamonds in the end, but I can over rough. So let's, play plays the 10. So we think partner has, but now the king of clubs. Can't really afford the 9. When the king wins, hopefully partner will know that I've got the ace of clubs, even though I had to play a low one. There's the jack. Well, partner may have had. So the queen is missing still. That's the only card that's missing. Remember, we had 4, dummy had 4. So there were 5. That's 8. So there are 5 between those 2 hands. Partner may have the queen, in which case this hand will have to rough, or partner may only have a Doubleton club, in which case this hand will play the queen and partner will rough. So I'm going to lead another club. Right, we've still got a bigger club than the 7 because we didn't play that. So queen of diamonds from this hand, partner's ducked, so that probably means that there's an ace there. So we've already won 5 tricks. So we need 1 more and we should get another spade, but we've got a chance to give part to force. We lead the 9 at 6 of diamonds. Declarer probably has the ace. If partner has the ace, it's not going away. But we lead the 9 of clubs now. It's going to win unless West roughs. And we know partner is out of clubs as well and may be able to over rough. I expect the robot will rough high, but that might make our, in the end, make our 7 of spades good. So let's lead the 9 of clubs. Robot does rough high. A partner does have the ace of diamonds. Couldn't run away. He's jack, so we can in the 7. Sadly, that means we're not going to make our king of spades now, because when we lead the 8, they'll let it run to dummy, and the jack's gone, so they can then finesse. Oh, they went up with the ace. How foolish. Well, the robots played this very badly, but they've probably played it badly with everybody else. So it's 53% for getting 300. So that's presumably because it's very common. 2 spades minus 3. Absolutely everybody, apart from somebody who let 2 spades make. So The robot played badly against everybody else, so we couldn't do very much. Halfway through, we're still below 50%. So let's see what we can do on board 5. We're getting lots of very low point count hands today when we know the points will be equally distributed. But with 2 passes round to us, and we've got a bog standard 1 spade opening in any system. 2 hearts from here. So this is 5 hearts, 10 plus points. So South and West that have the points. A double from partner, showing 4-4 in the minors. And 9 to 12 total points. They'll count some points for heart shortage, no doubt. But then opponents are not vulnerable. So choices, I could bid 3 clubs. Partner will think I've got 4. I've got 3 very good ones. Could bid 2 no trumps, hoping that we've got a heart stop. 2 no trumps should just show, I think, 12 to 15 total points with a likely stop in hearts. We're not too worried about diamonds because partner's got 4 of them or more. I could bid 2 spades, which just says I've got reasonable spades in a minimum hand. So pass is an interesting bid at pairs. We see that if we get them 1 off, we would get 100. If we got them 2 off, we would get 300. Partner, as I say, has shown not that bad a hand, reasonably close to an opening hand to double here. They could have 3 spades, and no, they won't have 3 spades, I don't think, because they know we've got 5. So they've probably got 2 spades, 5 cards in one minor, 4 cards in the other, and a singleton heart is very likely their shape. So passing is a big gamble. You would never do it if you was, because 2 hearts double making is a game. You would never do it in any other form of scoring except match points, where if we think we're not going to make 2 spades or 3 clubs or 2 no trumps, we might try for a plus score by passing 2 hearts doubled and seeing if we can get 100 or conceivably even 300, which would be a top, depending on where the other cards are. So this is a tricky decision. And I think if we're making 2 no trumps, the one way we're making 2 no trumps is that we do have a heart stop. Partner's got the jack of hearts or something, and we have a heart stop. And partner's clubs are good enough that we run 5 club tricks to go with a heart is 6 and a spade and maybe 2 spades and a diamond. So there are hands where 2 no trumps would make and 2 hearts would make. But there are plenty of hands where 2 hearts is going, if 2 no trumps makes, 2 hearts is going down. The singleton diamond, which is not great. They've got 8 diamonds. Well, they may have 8 diamonds between them to go with, and partner may only have 4, but partner may have 5 diamonds. They're more likely to have 5 diamonds than 5 clubs. So I think I'm going to take the big risk. Top or bottom here? Probably. Pass. And they've got lots of diamonds. So I'm going to... Partner couldn't have 2 hearts on this hand. Probably don't have 3 spades. They probably only have 2 spades, but that would give this hand 4 spades. Partner's got 4 diamonds, so the diamonds shouldn't run. The question is, should I play the ace of clubs? If partner doesn't have the king of clubs, I can't do anything. If this hand has a 3rd spade, I want to lead a heart to stop them, or 4 spades, I want to lead a heart to stop them ruffing. I suppose I do. Want to lead a heart. Partner may well have a heart honor here. This hand probably doesn't have ace, king, queen, jack of hearts. So I'm going to lead a heart to cut down on a spade ruff. They do trust that partner's diamonds will be good enough to stop the diamonds running. And we'll see about the clubs. So that's got partner's jack of hearts for a trick. And partner's, well, so partner had 2 hearts. Declarer can draw trumps. They're throwing diamonds, which is a good sign. They're not planning to set up the long diamonds. Maybe they only need 4 of them. The rougher club, the singleton club. And they've got another diamond, which they can finesse. So they're going to make their contract and we'll get a very bad score. That was always the risk. Oh, woof, 1 off. Sorry. And we got an average for it. I thought it would be top or bottom. Yeah, and we managed to get them to use up all their hearts. So playing in 2 spades was the winner, bidding 2 spades opposite part after partner's double. But people who bid clubs ended up not doing so well. So I thought it was top or bottom and it was average. Well, so we're still just below 50%, coming up to board 6. See what we can do to catch up. 4-4-4-1 hand, which you normally, is one of those hands that's horrible to open in ACOL, but are great when the opponents open your singleton. Here we are with our 15 high card points. We've got a fantastic takeout double. Partners jumped to 2 hearts, so they got 9 to 12 points with 4 hearts. Well, we can't really stop short of game here. So just to remind you that it's this north hand that's hidden from view. That's the declarer. This is the dummy that the opponents can see. When they've led a diamond, they're likely to switch to a heart, I think, when they see what we have here. Now they switch to a spade. Right, so this hand opened 1 diamond, which could be a 3-card suit. If we look at our hearts, we've got ace, king, queen, jack, 10. And then we're missing the 9, and we've got the 8 and 7. Essentially, I think we need to go for a cross ruff here, ruffing diamonds in our hand. The real risk is that at some point we ruff a diamond with the 7 or 8 and get over ruffed because this hand has 5 diamonds. But so if I'm planning a cross ruff, what you want to do normally is cash the side suit winners before you do it. So let's just see that The Doubleton Queen of Clubs appears, then it's at 10. So, well, if this hand's got the Queen of Clubs, then open the bidding. Ace, King, Queen of Diamonds, King, Queen of Spades. So let's rough a spade. Just play a diamond. I played low. Well, no, I didn't have the queen. So this hand maybe didn't have king, queen. That's entirely possible. They could have had, they might only have had 3 diamonds in this hand, or as it happens, 4 diamonds, and this hand has king, queen, 3 to the king, queen. We're really just looking at over tricks here. This one having led the king of spades, we think they got the queen of spades, so we should be okay. Roughing a spade low. And the queen's fallen, so the jack is good. Right. So they had 3 spades. They wouldn't have played the queen otherwise. So this is only the 3rd round of spades. So they had 3 spades. They have the appearance of having 3 clubs. We don't, doesn't look as though hearts are 4-0. So if the queen of clubs comes down, next time I rough a club, well, I can rough high and dummy. They're all high. Then the jack of spades and jack of clubs will be good, and I can draw trumps. So I'm in dummy at the moment. Question of how I cross back to hand. I think I'll lead the jack of diamonds and rough high, at least plays low. Yeah. Right, so this hand had 2 diamonds. So this hand, or 5 in dummy, and I had 1. So this hand had 5 diamonds, 3 spades. That's 8. So they had 5 cards in the other 2 suits. And we think, so that's either 3 hearts and 2 clubs, because they followed twice to clubs, or 3 clubs and 2 hearts. I think that's the case, that they have 3 clubs and 2 hearts, and the queen of clubs is going to come down now. So I'm going to leave the 2 of club. The queen's there. So this hand, I'm going to rough high just to keep the entries flexible. So the jack of clubs is now good, but this hand's turned up with 3 clubs. So they might have 4. It looks as though they probably have 4 clubs now. It looks as though clubs are 4-4, in which case they've only got 1 heart. So we're in dummy. Who's got the 9 of hearts is the question. We're probably only going to make the 1 over trick. I'm going to play the 5 of diamonds, 9. If we rough with the 8 here, you see, and this hand over roughs, they'll play a trump back. and I'll still have to lose the last trick, will I? If I ruff with the 8, I'm going to play a trump back. We think that the Jack of Spades will be a winner. All right. I can come around to my hand. This hand's still got a spade left. This hand had 3, and we think they had 4 clubs. Right. So yes, I think I can afford to ruff this low, because if it stands up, I've got the rest on a high cross ruff. And if I ruff high, I'm bound to lose another trick. So I'm going to ruff low. And they couldn't over ruff, so the 9 of hearts is in that hand. So I can lead the Jack of clubs. There we go, 12 tricks, 96.4%. So somebody else did the same, but that was it. So counting the hand there was crucial. We got up to 4th place now, 56.5% with that. We've been getting averages apart from those two where we could have passed it out and got a better score at the start and got a better score. But anyway, we're coming up to a big hand here. We've got 20 points, high card points, 5-4 in the minors. These doubleton honours in majors. This is not a very nice 20 points, but we need our hand to be declarer. We'll just open 2 no trumps. Opening a club just lets the opponents get in if they do have a big major suit fit. 2 no trumps should keep them out. 3 diamonds from partner is showing 5 plus hearts. East is double to show diamonds. We've got some diamonds. Sadly, if we pass, the robot won't pass. It will probably bid 3 hearts, because actually we might make 3 diamonds double just simply on the strength of high cards. But does 3 hearts promise 3 hearts here? No, it does promise 3 hearts. So passing goes only 2 hearts, right? So this is what the robot would like, and presumably if the robot redoubles, that tells us that it does want us to bid hearts anyway. So let's pass and see what happens. 4 diamonds is I'm sure is a retransfer if I can get to it. Twice rebiddable diamonds, 5 plus hearts, 6 plus total points. They want to play in. I don't think I want to play in 4 diamonds doubled, because so I've got to bid 4 hearts here. And that hand doubles now. Well, I wonder what 4 no trumps would be. It's to play. Partners promise 6 plus total points, including points for shortage. Since 4 diamonds, yeah, they could have bid something else if they'd had something else. I think I'm going to pass and see where the robot has landed us. And that's what they think of as 6 total points. Right. Our only entry to dummy is really is a diamond ruff, although we could have something in clubs. Yes, spades. Once again, if we can touch the honours, play the higher one as declarer, because they may not know about where the king is now. In this hand, they will do, because Am I going for diamond ruffs in dummy? We've only got 7 trumps. This hand's ruffed. And this hand's shown lots of diamonds. This hand's doubled rather. So, and this hand's shown lots of diamonds. So we expect there's a reasonable chance that they'll break 5-1, certainly 4-2. So we don't want to really be roughing in dummy. Who has the ace of clubs is the question here, and how many do they have? The fact that this hand didn't lead diamonds, they may even be void, and this hand may have 7 diamonds because we've got 6 between our 2 hands. If this hand had a singleton diamond, surely it would have led it. So I think there's a fair chance this hand is void in diamonds. Our ace would get roughed. So what do we want to do? It won't be so unusual to be in 4 hearts double, to be lots of people in this contract. So let me see, we can play our king of spades so that they're unblocked and we can cash the queen. But really, to get any significant number of tricks, we need to get the clubs going. And we really need the ace of clubs in the west hand for their double. I think there's a reasonable chance they have, because they wouldn't just double on the strength of having all those hearts. They might. King Jack 9 to 5 might be enough to double after partner's been doubling diamonds. All right, but I think we've got to have a go at setting up the clubs and keeping our spade entry. I think the robot would have gone. The robot very often rises with the ace when it has the ace there in this situation. Certainly if the king were there, I'd expect the ace to go up from the robots. They're not good at ducking it in this position. Would they have doubled just on the basis of their void in diamonds and 5 hearts to the king jack 9 and the jack of clubs? I'm going to assume not and play the queen. Yeah, so that was all right. I'll assume the heart finesse will be wrong. The club finesse may be wrong, but I think East will have at least 1 heart. And if I play a club and West wins, then they can give East a club ruff. But, and then East will play a diamond back, and then I'll really be in trouble. And it may be that they only have 1 club, and there's ace jack here. Yes, we need clubs 3-2. Really, and if I play hearts, that West can't play hearts without giving up a heart trick the way things are. No, I can't see an alternative to playing clubs. And they haven't put the jack on. Well, they're probably going to lose to the jack here. But they haven't. They play the ace, but that's a winner. They can't give them a ruff now. They don't have any more. So here comes the spade. And to me, Now, question is, East probably might have one or two hearts. They've turned up with at least two spades and exactly two clubs. We think they've got 7 diamonds. The things West surely would have led a singleton diamond if they had it. So we think they've got 7 diamonds, 2 clubs, and at least 2 spades, which means they could have 2 trumps, but they might have 3 spades and 1 trump. And I think that's more likely. So I'm going to draw their 1 trump, I hope. No trumps, right. Okay. So now in the clubs, 9 of hearts. Do we over rough that one? That means that they've got King, Jack, 7 left. So our 8 may live. But I'm sure they're void in diamonds. This hand's has indeed turned up. But the Queen of Spades is now good. There's no reason not to cash that while we can. It's not good. Right, okay, they had a lot of spades as well. We're not making many more tricks. They did have a diamond. Right. 10 from dummy. Jack from there. And now we'll play the 9 of clubs. They rough with the 7. We'll put the 2 of diamonds on. I've still got 1 bigger heart than the 8. It can only make once. They had a doubleton diamond. Zero % for 800. So I thought we would be with other people in 4 hearts. And they didn't get doubled. That's why. Why didn't they get doubled? Because they bid 3 hearts over the double. Right. If you bid 3 hearts over the double showing 3 hearts, you don't get doubled. All right. Oh, well, we're not going to have a good result this week. But it's what comes of following the robots bidding system instead of gaming them. Right, 13 points. They've all passed, but we've got 4 spades, so we should open this. Obviously, this is a simple one, no trump in ACOL, but we have to open our 3-card minor. I think the robot would prefer that we opened clubs, but we'll open a diamond. 3 clubs from partner. Support jump shift by passed hand. 4+ diamonds, 11 rebiddable clubs. 11 to 12 total points. Well, I don't know that 3 clubs is going to be a good contract. We may as well go for all the marbles in the position where we are, and we'll try 3 no trumps. We don't have the points for it, but we're hoping that we'll have a long running suit. So we've got to hope that the clubs run and that they can only cash 3 spades and 1 diamond. I'm going to cash the 10, so they're all good. So now we see we had 8 clubs and 4 of them are gone. So we had 8 clubs, so they had 5. 2 of them were played, so they got 3 left. So we can always make all the club tricks. We've got 1 trick. 4 club tricks is 5. The 2 hearts is 7. So we do need diamond tricks, and that looks a bit sad. Oh, we've made 1 diamond trick. We now got 8 tricks. Looks as though the ace is in this hand, so which would be good. Oh, we've got 2 diamond tricks now. That's 3. We've got 2 hearts. We'll make 5, and 4 clubs is 7. So as it is 9 rather. So we can cash out here. We're in 3 now trumps, which we expect is not many people are. And throw away the 8 of hearts to start with. I'm going to throw away a spade here because it looks as though the spades are blocked from what they did. So let's cash our ace, king of hearts. Exit with a diamond. The ace was there. And see if they managed to crash their spades. No. .7% gets us a bit closer to 50. Over 53%. So not wonderful. But that really came from not gaming the robots, sticking to the robots bidding system. The 3 forehands were all where I did what the robot system was rather than gaming them. So if you were playing robot bridge to win, you could have easily done much better on those 3 hands where I was below average. But as I say, I'm trying to show lessons about how to play the hand rather than how to game the robots. But I think board 6, which was the one where counting was most useful, you can see how you could get a good score by doing that. So I hope at least you learned a lesson from that. The others didn't seem so good. But if you like the way in which I go over these hands, I'm trying to go them in a way that will help intermediate and improving players get better, then please like this video and subscribe to the channel so YouTube puts it in front of more bridge players. And I will see you next week. Thanks for watching.